All right, I think we're good to go. And are we? Yes, we're powering on! And you can hear me. My words come out, they go into the electronic world. Here comes Santa. I still have the holiday. I thought the last one was going to be the last holiday. This will be the last holiday. Wow, sorry about that. Had some technical difficulties. My computer's decided to not. Yes, you hear me. Welcome back to me and to all. I missed a bunch of chat. I apologize. I don't know what happened. Everything was fine. Let me get rid of this technical difficulty thing. And as soon as I started streaming, it decided my microphone was no good. I don't know why. So I'm glad we're back. Let me just check the chat here. Dolly Girl saying hi. Samurai saying hi. Hanzo Yomain, sound issue. Everybody talking about how good they are and how not good they are and how sound is a pain in the butt. Ox not feeling so great. I'm sorry to hear that. Hope you feel better, buddy. And so does Dolly Girl. So does Hanzo Main. Everybody's so nice. All right, so I am back. Sorry for the day. Whoa, whoa. Thank you for the bits, Airzuki. Some nice bots for the Gazbot channel. All right, so as you all know, this is Twitch Request Live. Well, maybe you don't know, but that's what it is. So every Friday at 5:30, I do some sketching for myself, and I take requests. No finished art, but nice little sketches that people can shout out. If you have any requests, feel free to throw them out. Hey, Hexmataz, we got sound. That's right. That's the full Gazbot experience is sound and video. If you have any requests, you can just put them in chat. I hopefully fixed the request. So if you put exclamation point request space and then your request, it should show up and be more noticeable so that when I go looking through chat later, I can see it more easily. I'm seeing how that works. Ooh, look at that. That's interesting. I changed my display too so that it would not disappear when I disconnect it, and it works. Cool. In the past, when I did that, the image would suddenly disappear. So we're making changes slowly but surely, getting to be professionals here. So I'm just going to do a quick little sketch warm up for myself while you guys get settled in, while I get settled in. But feel free to throw out some sketch ideas, some requests, and what is happening. Samurai Ox is now hosting the stream. Thank you very much. Something else you might notice is that I have two little slideshows going. One, I actually meant to turn one off. One is just a bunch of random commissions I have up there. Not even my most recent. I just grabbed a bunch from all different times and threw them up there. Some are pencil, some are ink, some are digital, whatever. Just because I feel like a lot of these streams I might be doing some like quick sketchy stuff, and if anybody stopped in for the first time, they might be like, "Can this guy do finished work? Does he take commissions?" So that's why I put that up. The other one is on the right side, on over there-ish. Those are rough sketches for a story I'm working on for an anthology that I will be in for a story for an anthology for a group. There you go. But it is called The 100s, which is 100 Days of Making Comics Challenge, is the art group, and they put out an anthology once before, and I did a pinup for it. It was called Life in Space. The new anthology, the second anthology, is called Werewolves and Unicorns. Actually, Ox is a part of it as well, both the group and the anthology. And so those are designs I've been working on for the story. I've mostly been working on the writing at this point, but I threw those up for some other streams I was working on, and they're still up there. So whatever. You get a little bit of werewolf thing going on too. But this is the Twitch Request Live, so this is for requests and for me to just do little sketchy things. What I'm working on now, actually, for myself, is actually sort of tangentially, it's sort of related to that because I'm doing a quick sketch of a Power Ranger helmet, Wolf Ranger from Jungle Fury. So we got the wolf thing going there. I eventually want to make a print of this guy. Not that this is going to be print quality stuff, but I'm just sort of practicing, seeing what his helmet looks like a little bit here. But also because it's a wolf, it fits my theme of the werewolf versus, not versus, werewolves and unicorns. Let me do a refresh on the chat to make sure that's working right. I think it is, but oh, wait a minute. Oh, good thing. Okay, good thing I looked at it because it wasn't updating. So let's see. Samarox is saying, what up? And I say, what up back? Danny, F9. You can drop the F9, just say Danny. Hello. Hello back to you. Samarox, thank you for the host. Samurai Ox did request Kid Buu, but it didn't work. Then he did it, and it did work. Okay, so that's how it works. You put it in, and it works correctly, and then Mecha Gazbot rebroadcasts it for you so that I can see it more clearly. So thank you for the request, Ox. Dolly Girl, I keep missing the extra shows. Well, that's fine. They're not on a schedule. That's the thing. This is the only one that's on a schedule. And I don't do an extra show every week. And sometimes it's in the middle of the day, and I'm happy you make it when you make it. Yeah, Ox, whoop whoop for the anthology hype. And there's Mashadar. Give me an emote that's like a girl eating a cupcake, I think. Sure, cupcake eating girl. Why not? Erzuki, the people want more Gazbot. Well, maybe they do, but this is the Gazbot they get. All right, let me erase that. If you notice in my hand, I actually pulled up some reference for this character, but then I realized I had a little vinyl of him right here. So this is the guy I'm kind of trying to go for. And I'm not going to get too crazy detailed, obviously. Um, but once again, yeah, feel free to throw out requests. And if even if I'm working on something for myself, or even if somebody's already thrown out a request or whatever, you know, because I come back later and might pick it for my second or third or whatever. So never hurts to throw them out. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, discussion topics you feel like throwing out there, that's just fine too. That's just fine and dandy. All right, let me see. I think I see something flopping up there. Is it another request? Maybe. Looks like Erzuki is requesting Red Fraggle. She requested that last week, so I sense a pattern. I do like the tenacity of some of the requests of the people that come back week to week, and it's like, well, you didn't pick this last week. I'm doing it again, and you know, it doesn't always pay off, but sometimes it does. Sometimes it does. I don't know why the request didn't work. The request command didn't work there. Oh, and Danny said request Vemon and Skarmory. Well, I did Skarmory last week, so I won't do Skarmory again, but I'll take Vemon under advisement. But I do like people using that request command because it'll make it a lot easier as chat piles up when I go back to scroll through. So it's good for me, it's good for you, it's good for the environment, it's good for everybody. I don't know if it's good for the environment, but it's not bad for the environment. It's just, you know, a little electrical impulse. Why not? Let's see. Erzuki, when you have a good idea, you stick it out. Yeah, true. Erzuki says, I think that the commands like that have timeouts sometimes, so they can't be spammed. Oh, maybe. I didn't. Yeah, I think I might have put a timer, but I'll have to look at that because I didn't want it. You know, everybody should be able to request, but I didn't want the same person to be able to spam request over and over again. So maybe I need to adjust a setting there. If so, I apologize. As I said, it's a learning curve. It's better than last week. Last week it was a big wall of text that was not helpful to anybody. And this is a little bit, this is definitely off model, so it's good that I'm practicing this guy. It's not, it's in the ballpark, but, you know, some of the measurements on the ears and stuff are a little bit off. But, I mean, good enough that I think the average person that knows this character would know who it is. But I would definitely need a few more passes before I was going to go to, like, digital inks. Oh, there's a silver line up on the top here. Okay. And then we'll bring that down like this. I never noticed that before. So this top line I'm putting, not that I'm doing color right this second, but that would be silver if and when I go in with color. Let's see. I think that Danny has, looks like a Goku. I don't know why Scar came up there. It was going Vemon and Kiryu. Oh well. Oh, okay. That is weird. Maybe it was auto-correcting or something, and because you've said that before. Uh, Vemon Kiryu, I know who that is. Well, I believe I know who it is. That's the third Mechagodzilla, I believe you're referring to. And what was the other one you said? Vemon. I don't know if Vemon is a Godzilla kaiju or a Pokemon. Maybe I could look it up, but maybe let me know because I'm drawing a blank on the name there. All right, he's got this thing going. Erzuki, you got Skarmory on the brain. Maybe you do have Skarmory on the brain. That's a condition that's been going around a lot ever since the Pokemon Go epidemic started. Do you have Skarmory on the brain? Maybe you know someone who does. All right, so I will, you know, I'm gonna do one more quick pass on this, and then maybe throw color, maybe not, and then I'll move on. So I'll go ahead and just grab full black, and I'll switch over to hard round pressure size, but keep it at 29, and I'll bring the opacity to 75. I didn't realize I had it at 100, so there we go. Danny, Mechagodzilla 3, yes. Okay. And Vemon is Digimon or his nickname Vivi. Okay, cool. If I choose that, I'll have to look it up. I know a little bit about Pokemon, and I know nothing about Digimon. I mean, I know the show. I've seen some of the monsters, but I've never really dove into that world very much. Pokemon, I know I played the original game. I played a little bit of Pokemon Go, so I have, you know, some knowledge. And I watched the show back in the 90s, the old one. Yeah, but Digimon, I've heard people tell me that like, oh, it's better than Pokemon or whatever, which you know, I'm not going to get into that argument because I don't have enough data, but I have seen some of the monster and character designs and they look cool. I will say that, even though I don't know the story behind them necessarily. So it looks like he's got three kind of like whiskery, one, two, three, yeah, whiskery things, and then the top one sort of turns into a silver piece. Let's see. Dolly Girl is requesting watermelon arms from Kamen Rider Gaim. Oh, okay. Oh, I think you might have requested a Gaim once before. I don't know if it was watermelon arms, but oh, we got a lot of good requests today. It's gonna be tough to pick. Let's see. Danny says Digimon and Yu-Gi-Oh are darker. Yes. Oh, I have seen a little bit of Yu-Gi-Oh, but again, only like the first season or two. In the like late '90s, I watched some of those shows like Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, or some other ones that were on at that time. Inuyasha. Um, there's probably a few others, but like whatever was on that TV at that time, I watched a lot of that anime. I mean, Cowboy Bebop, Big O. Those are ones that I really like, Cowboy Bebop and Big O. The others I watched and they were fine, but like those two stuck with me. And like I even have a Big O figure in my house, so obviously I liked it. Had a very like giant robot meets Batman the animated series sort of style to it that I thought was really cool. What did I just do there? One, two, three, one, two, three. Okay, I'm messing this up a little bit. I think I might need to restart Photoshop after this because I'm getting a weird like artifact. Like my brush is not behaving the way it should, and this happened to me the other day. And then when I restarted Photoshop, it fixed it. So I'll finish this up, but before I do the next one, I'm going to restart Photoshop. Thrilling future things that will happen. I'll be restarting Photoshop. Stay tuned for that, folks. Stay tuned for that. Take a sip of water. I didn't even need Hydration Bot to tell me. I just knew. My body said, "Hey, why not have a little drink, you thirsty man?" And I said, "Okay, I will." Yeah, the brush is doing the exact same thing it did the other day, and I don't know why. But I'm not going to worry about it too much right now because it's, again, I'm just doing kind of a rough thing here. But if I was trying to do like real inks, it would be a problem because I can't get a nice smooth line. They're coming out kind of like chunky. Which again, it actually would be really good is if I was working on like rough new designs for something because it would keep me from getting too precious with it. But unfortunately, that's not what I'm doing right now. Although it still is helping me keep from getting too precious, which is something I and I think a lot of artists struggle with, just like getting too sucked into like working on the same thing over and over again instead of just getting the basic lines down and moving on and then maybe fixing it up later. Let's see. There we go. All right. Excuse me. And he's got this line. I think I made it a little too thick, but that's fine. I think I will throw just like a quick wash of color on top of this when I'm done. Not the way I usually do it. I think I'll intentionally make it a little sloppy to give it more of a impressionistic, evocative feel versus the perfect technical one. Because I originally thought like, oh, if this comes out good enough, maybe I'll like keep working on it and turn it into the print. But I think this will still help me have practice for the character, but this will not be the print at all. Wait, one, two, three. Oh, so I did. I made an extra. See, there's three, four total. One, two, three, four, and somehow I got five on this side. So let me bring that eraser back up a little bit. There we are. And then this goes up. I'm falling off the page a little bit here too on the right, which I wouldn't want to do, but I'm not going to worry about it too much. And then that actually, it's not silver on top, at least on the figure. I'd have to look at a prop or a show still to know the actual coloring there. And I feel like it should have a little line there maybe. And I'll put a little bit of black in for the visor. And then in a second, I'll go ahead and throw those color splashes in I was just talking about one moment ago. Yeah, it's not perfect, but it's definitely a good quick study. And then I'll throw the colors underneath everything. His main color is purple. I've heard it said that the helmet and the purple of the uniform are not the same. Like they're, in the show they were like two different shades of purple. That might be true. I may or may not decide I want to do that, but this reference figure I'm looking at here, probably for manufacturing reasons, is totally uniform. And for now, that's what I'm going to do anyway, because I don't want to get too crazy with it. So I'll just slam that in there. Try to avoid the eyebrow things because they're like a white color. And then he's got purple on his shoulder pads here. A lot of white accents. In this character is from Geki Ranger in Japan or Jungle Fury in America. It's one of my favorite seasons of Power Rangers, and this is one of my favorite characters. And where was I going with that? I totally forgot. Oh, that he came in a little bit later into the series, and so there was the original Rangers with their original forms, and then as they got more powerful later on, they got these like Jungle Master modes, and they had like souped up suits that had like more white and stuff in them. And he doesn't have that mode, but he came in later, so his suit, his normal suit, matches kind of their souped up mode. But he doesn't have a souped up mode, but he was more powerful on his like base level. So I guess that's why they figured they'd do it that way. All right, let me get some black. I'll get like a bluish black so it's a little stands out from the purple. Of course, it's going to look gray at first because, like I said, I'm intentionally doing it kind of a slappy style. I like that he has that collar. I like kind of military collars. Like for a long time, like Aquaman had like, well, he still arguably has a bad costume, but I think what really turned it around was A, really drawing the scale mail like kind of a cool golden metal, and B, giving him more of a collar up here like a military leader because he's supposed to be like a king as opposed to that big wide one he had. Um, and I like, not that this character ever had a different costume, but I like that aspect of the costume as well on him. All right, and I'll put a little shadow there. And then, I'll let me go back with a darker purple because I think I went a little too light there. And I'll just put it in real loosely on one side. I'll leave a sort of a stripe of highlight in the middle there. And then I'll do the same thing with the black, and we're almost done with this guy. Do 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 do. I'm RJ. I'm the Wolf Ranger. I'm also Geki Violet. All right, and then let me put a little bit. Oh, erase that a little bit. And I'll just put a little bit of background color to pop them out there a bit. And we'll go with, I think green, since it's Jungle Fury, would work good. Work well, I should say, if I wanted to have proper English. Okay. Whoops. Did not mean to zoom in. That was an accident. Let me grab a texture brush. That looks good. Bring it up to like 160 something. And that was a smudge, which is not what I meant to do. Texture brush. There we go. Why does it keep doing that? What's happening? Oh, there we go. Whew. Okay. Thought I was having another problem, but nope. Recovery. Everybody. Recovery. All right, and then I'll get a lighter green and put some of that. Oops, I don't want that. I want it to be 50% opacity. Lighter green, little lighter green on the top of things. And then I'll do a darker green in a minute. And then we'll go darker green. Yosh. Down here. Okay. Just so it's sort of the impression that there's a forest behind him. Maybe trees, bushes, whatever, but not getting too precise. And then we'll take this whole thing down to 50. Maybe 75. 75 might be. Actually, I'll leave it at 50 and then put another layer on top. There we go. That's the way. That was the choice. Down here and a little bit up here, like there's a branch or something over him. Check in chat. Okay. And then I think I'm going to duplicate this color layer because it's a little bit softer than I wanted it to be. So I'll duplicate. And then I'll bring one of those layers down to 50. Excuse me. That looks about right. And then I'll put one more layer on top, which is just going to be straight white for a sloppy highlight. All right. Oops. Close that. Sloppy highlight coming up. Just on the helmet, though. Just on like kind of the plastic part. And then I'll erase some of that to make it a little sharper. And bring it down to 75. And bring it down to 50. Yeah, I think that's good enough for now. So we will save this as what? Oh, not in this folder. We're in a totally wrong folder here. Let me find my Twitch folder real quick. I'll just save it in the normal work in progress folder. Okay. Wolf Ranger. All right, and then I will erase all these layers and get ready to take a request here. All right, let's see. Danny says, fun fact, Pan from Dragon Ball Z, Bulbasaur from Pokemon are played by the same person. That is a fun fact. I did not know that, but I guess it makes sense because they're probably in that anime circle. So thank you for the trivia. Oh, you know what? I haven't had my light on this whole time. Oh, look, now you can see my face better. Okay, so let me scroll back up with the new request thing. So we got Kid Buu. Scrolling. Oh, this makes it so much easier. Veemon and, well, not Skarmory. Veemon, okay. Red Fraggle. Scrolling, scrolling, scrolling. And then Veemon. Watermelon Arms from Gaim. Gaim, yeah. And I think that's it for now. I'm going to go with Red Fraggle. Since it's the second time coming up, and I think I could find a reference pretty easy. So I'm going to look over here. We're going to do Red Fraggle, but I need to grab some reference, because while I have seen Fraggle Rock, I don't think I could do her out of my head. And I was going to say I haven't seen her in a long time, but that's not strictly true, because while I haven't seen the show in a while, they did make some Funko Pop vinyls of the Fraggles, and I remember seeing those recently. I forgot there was a cartoon of Fraggle Rock, too, but I'm not going to look at the cartoon. I'm going to look at the puppet. All right, so for those that don't know, oops, actually I should be able to just pull this whole thing over now. There you go. For those that don't know, that is Red Fraggle. She is a Muppet from the Jim Henson Company. She wasn't on Sesame Street or the Muppets, but there was its own show called Fraggle Rock, and it was a great show, and there were fun puppets, and so that's what we're going to be going for. All right, so Red Fraggle coming up. Oops, did not mean to do that. Coming up. Make a new layer. Grab a nice red color for red, and we'll bring this soft round pressure about 140, opacity 50. Okay, sure, why not? Flow, I don't know why my flow went down. Okay, so all our settings are good, right? Yes, okay. But that brush is a little bit big, so I'll bring it down to about 100. Okay. Oops, I missed something. When I bring up the reference, sometimes I accidentally cover chat, so let me move these around so I could better serve the people. Okay, so Samurai Ox. That's wild to think I have a Bulbasaur signature on my wall. Oh, cool. Okay, so you got Ox. You got a signature. Well, let me finish reading the chat, and then maybe it'll answer itself. Samurai Ox rigged. LOL. Danny says Gohan and Jaden Yuki are played by the same guy. For anyone who wants to know. Samurai Ox says yeah, Krillin and Bardock are the same as well. Danny says yeah. So there's a lot of awesome voice talent, voicing multiple characters. And Ox, does that mean you got a signature for the Dragon Ball Z character, not knowing that they were the Pokemon character? Is that what happened there? Or yeah, I don't know. I guess that's a pretty straightforward question. I don't need to reword it. Why? Why? Let me say it a different way. If you were in Spain and your father was in France, who would be the one doing the voice of Ian? All right. So let me get a little bit of Red Fraggle. I don't think I'm going to put her bottom. I think I'm going to just do her kind of waist up. And actually, I think I need to rotate, because she has crazy poofy hair out to the side, so I think I need to rotate the canvas. So edit, image rotation, 190 degrees clockwise. And then I will take the little sketchers that I was just doing, rotate her, boop. And I'm going to put her at a bit of an angle, because she's like super energetic. She's like, hey, I'm red, boo-ba-doo-ba-doo. So we'll do that. Okay. Let me check chat. I see something plopping around there. Samurai Ox. Yeah, I have Pan's signature from the GT series first release. Okay, cool. So yeah, bonus. You got a Bulbasaur. Didn't even know it. Airzuki says, oh yeah, because this is her request. So that makes sense. Dolly Girl. Looks like Kermit the Frog. Makes sense. Yeah, it really does. Because like again, looking at the reference, you could see like if you take off the hair, it basically is Kermit the Frog. It's a different color, but it's the mouth, the head shape. Like you take off those eyes and put them. Well, I don't know. Like yeah, if I put the eyes like here, and if I didn't give him human pupils, but the Kermit has kind of pupils like sort of something like that. If I did that, yeah, it's basically Kermit. But I mean, all of them have that sort of hand shape mouth, so yeah, it fits right in. So oh, she has little bows in her hair. I didn't even notice that. So little hair bows. And then her hair up top, it basically just looks like pom-poms. I'm going to have to go back in with a little bit more detail, but I'm just sort of getting the shape in now. Like her little pom-pom hair heads. And it kind of goes up and out and hangs down a little bit. I might have made that a little bit too big, but that's okay. We can fix it in post. And then she has 3 fingers in her hands, like a lot of Muppets and a lot of cartoon characters. And she wears a red sweater, which I always thought her name was red because her hair was red. I mean, it's orange, but you know, like the way people have orange hair in real life, we call it red hair. But she's got a red sweater too, so it could be either, both. I mean, she has red inside her mouth. She's red everywhere. It's oh man, I'm missing all kinds of little connections there. All right, so that'll be a good first rough pass. And let me, oops, that's what I was trying to say. And I'm gonna shrink this whole panel down. There we go. That's better. Now I can see better. Okay, so we'll call that the rough layer. Oops, we'll bring that down to 50. Put another layer on top. We'll lock that one so I don't actually draw on it. And then I'll go ahead and grab a, you know what, I'm gonna see if I could just go right in on this layer and not have to do a third pass before the color. We'll see. Maybe I can pull it off. I'll bring this down to 40 and black and hard and opacity 75. And we'll see if we could just go. Can we just go? Oh, I forgot I was gonna restart. Let me see. How's my, actually it's working okay now, so it's fine. Let me erase everything I just drew. The brush issues I was having before seem to have cured themselves. Danny says, again from Byakugan Battle Brawlers is voiced by the guy who played Rodan in his first movie. Rodan, like the Godzilla monster, or also oh look, and see now it's messing up exactly like I was worried about. Nope, pencil. Okay. Yeah, Byakugan is like Digimon to me, where I know what it is, but I don't know much about it. Um, you know, I'm gonna restart Photoshop because it just keeps being weird. So let me save this real quick. First it's microphone problems, then it's Photoshop problems. Dogs and cats living together. Okay, red one, and we'll save that in work in progress. Okay, so I'm gonna close this whole thing here. Close, close, but I'm still with you. There's my desktop background. Unfortunately, not my toys, but toys nonetheless. Danny says, yeah, the one and only guy. Wow, oh, that's cool. Okay, Photoshop back up, and we'll open up red and zoom back in, and let's see if we get some better quality action going on here. Yeah, okay, seems to be working better. Good. And let me make sure my color is right. Black, and yes, I'm going to bring it up to 90% opacity since I'm trying to go for a final pass. And let me check the time, 6:10. We're doing pretty good time-wise. It's weird because like there's a little bit of fuzz on the edge of a Muppet, but if I draw it too much, they look furry. But if I make the line too smooth, then it looks like skin. So I'm kind of just trying to do a sloppy line, which I'm not sure. Oh, you know what? I just realized what I'm gonna do. Check it out. I realized I'm not gonna use black at all. I'm gonna do color holds, which means she's got sort of a yellow, a light yellow orange face, but I'm gonna pick a dark orange, and I am gonna reduce this to 30. And then I'm going to draw like the way you do some animation styles where I'm not going to have any black lines at all. Maybe on her eyes because they're black and white, but I'm going to do color holds for everything, and I think that'll help with this sort of Muppety look. And she's got like, yeah, I want her to be smiling, but I can't like actually draw smile lines because again, since it's like a puppet, there's just sort of like the folds there. It's more about the mouth being wide open. I think with the Muppet characters, a lot of times that's why I like to make them smile. They have to be like, ah, because you can't do, it's hard to do like a subtle smile with a puppet that's, you know, just in your hand. But I do think I made that chin a little bit too short. Okay. And like I said, I know there are cartoon versions of the Fraggles, but I deliberately didn't want to look at them because I want to draw the Muppet. I don't want to draw the cartoon. And if I fail, that's fine. At least I tried doing it my way. And regrets, I've had a few, but then again, too few to mention. That is from a Frank Sinatra song, which I primarily know because Sid Vicious of the Sex Pistols sang a cover of it. And I suspect he changed many of the words because he couldn't remember them because he was a drug addict. Danny F9, Vector from Yu-Gi-Oh!, Sonic the Hedgehog, Ryo Akiyama from Digimon, and Blue Oak are voiced by Jason Griffith. Well, Jason Griffith sounds like he has a fun life, and I am envious of his ability to get work doing fun characters. And I'll put the little fingers here. A little bit of shadow, why not? And then kind of have a thumb coming up. Dupe. And then this hand's kind of closer to the camera. The other one's back a little bit more. Let me move this over a little bit. And then this hand, but both hands are kind of like gesticulating. Dolly Girl, LOL. Art Anime, hello! Hello to you, Art Anime. Welcome to the Gazbot Twitch Request Live show. We're all hanging out. I'm doing a request right now. This is Red Fraggle that was requested by Airzuki. And I go till at least 7:30. Sometimes I go a little bit over. So if you have a request, feel free to throw it in the pot. There's a few floating around in there. You never know which one's going to get picked. Feel free to ask any questions or chat about whatever. Talking about a lot about voice acting right now as well. I am well. I am well myself. How about you, Art Anime? Are you doing good? It's Friday, so that's nice. My mom's coming to visit. I live in California. She lives in New Jersey. She's coming to visit in a few days, so that's cool. Got a lot of good things happening right now. All right, so let me switch to the light color that will be the inside color of red, which is more of a yellow. I think kind of like this. Let's see. I'll make a different layer underneath, so in case I don't like it, I could change my mind later. That looks pretty close. I do think this is the kind of thing where I would need to go in and do a lot more texture, but since I'm just doing quick sketches, I don't think I'll be able to do that today. Maybe at the very end of this, I'll just throw a couple little texture lines just to pop it out a little bit, but I can't do it as much as I would like with the time frame here. Airzuki and Art Anime saying hello. Art Anime is fine. Thank you for. Well, you asked first, so I'm glad we're both doing good. And Ox, who's in the chat, he's lurking there. He's feeling a little under the weather, but most of us are doing okay. Whoa! Hey! Thanks for the follow, Art Anime. Appreciate that. I'm feeling even better now that you did that. And yeah, Danny says for any who. Oh wait. For any who is Sakura fan, her voice actor is also the voice actor of Tails. She's been Tails for you. That's cool. I'm actually friends with, if you know Silver from Sonic the Hedgehog, I'm friends with the guy that does the voice of Silver. I knew him back from New Jersey. He lives down in Hollywood area, and he does a lot of behind the scenes stuff nowadays. But yeah, he's Silver, or was. I don't know if he still is. Oh, you know what? I realized I still have it on 90%. I'm gonna bring this up to 100. Oh yeah, Santa. I sent him to come by once every 40 minutes or so. So we'll probably only see him once or twice this whole broadcast because it was getting to be a little much. And again, this will be the last holiday broadcast anyway, because the holidays are over. All right, so let me go in and do her red shirt. I'll do a darker red for the outline, as we talked about. And she's got her arms coming up, and they're kind of noodly arms because it's, again, a puppet it's not even a cartoon. It's literally a puppet. So often they'd have like no legs, and the arms would just be moved around by sticks and stuff. So there's no real anatomy in there, and they could get all noodly and wobbly and wild. Noodly and wobbly and wild. The new Fraggle Rock. Coming. I remember hearing something about they were rebooting Fraggle Rock. I don't know if it happened and I missed it, or maybe it was CGI or something, not puppet, which wouldn't have interested me. I should look into that. All right, so there's that. And then I'll just close the line there. Does she have a neck? I feel like she has a little bit of a neck, but you can't see it because her head is so big. I'll just make a little indication that something's poking out there. And then I will color that in. So this is, I think it was a good call to go with the color holds on this one, which I normally wouldn't do, but I think it's for the best given this particular subject matter. Oops. Wrong layer. Let's see. Art Anime. What kind of tablet do you use? This is a Cintiq, a Wacom Cintiq, or a Wacom. I've heard it said both ways. I usually say Wacom. It's an older one. It's about 10 years old at this point. It's the wow, I forget what it's called. It's a 21-inch. I want to say it's like a CX. There's three letters there. There's CX and another letter I'm forgetting, but it's a Wacom Cintiq. Actually, I'll kind of this. If you get motion sick, look away. So you can kind of see it there, just to give you an idea. It uses the same stylus that I used to have a Wacom like Intuos 2 or 3, and it's the exact same stylus, but it's so much better to be able to draw right on the screen. And actually, I probably could have paint bucketed that, but whatever. I wasn't paying attention. And now it's done. Let's see. Yeah, cool. So let me do the eyes. Oh, actually, I'll do the mouth because I already have the red going. I'll fill this whole thing in with red, and then I'll put the tongue in on top of that because I think, yeah, she's got the same red on her mouth as she does on her shirt. And she's got a pink tongue, so I'll do a little bit darker pink line. And there's black in there too, but I'll come back to that. She's got a darker pink line and a little bit in the middle there. And then I'll do a lighter pink under that. Oops. Why is that not showing up? Oh, I know why. Okay. I have to do it this way. Do a little manual pinking. That's a new job, manual pinking. All right, and then I'll put some black for like kind of the back of her throat, like I can't see it from the angle I'm at, but we all know, we all have got throats. I hope. If not, well, you know, you're still welcome, and I hope you can figure things out. I put too much black there, I think. Because of the angle I have her at, I think it should just be a little tiny bit. Just a little tiny bit. I don't like the black. I feel like I'm going to have to add more. Hold on, let me see here. What layer is the tongue on? See, I started making too many layers like a fool. All right, I'm going to move the whole tongue down, I think is the problem, so there's room for the black. But this is the beauty of digital, that I could quickly do this. So I'll move this whole mess down. Yep, that looks right. Okay, I think I'm fixing the problem. Fixing the problem. Art anime. Do I have Insta with my arts? Yeah, I'm all over the internet. I'm Gazbot pretty much everywhere. On here, I have 2 underscores because I couldn't get regular Gazbot. On Instagram, I'm Gazbot with 2 T's because I couldn't get Gazbot with 1 T. And then I'm on Facebook and everything else. Actually, here, I'll just put up my little social thing, and then everybody can see. Oh, can't do it there. I don't know why it does that. One more time. Here we go. There you go. And I'm going to quick refresh chat. I think I missed something from Dolly Girl. I did. I need to, sorry, I want to refresh something real quick because I think I missed. Yeah, it's gone. I had to refresh. And so I think after being asked about the Instagram, anybody that said anything after that, it got erased. So if it's important, please say it again. And like I said, I think Dolly Girl, I think you said something and I didn't see it. If it wasn't important, no big deal. But if you want me to know what it was, or if you feel like I'm ignoring you, I'm not. It's just gone, so I apologize. But yeah, I art everywhere. I'm newish to Twitch. I've only been on here, I don't know, a month or 2. So this is the most recent of my social media outlets, I suppose. All right, let me do some. Now I am going to do black for the eyes, oops, but I want it to be on top of the other one. There we go. Because they are black and white. And actually, that'll help offset the weird black inside the mouth. And then, that circle's not quite right there. I got to connect that better. Brother. And I think I'm going to do like I've done before. Normally, I alternate requests and sketches for myself. But since I'm taking so long on this, and I had trouble in the beginning and various other reasons, I'm just going to go straight request after this. And if I have enough requests, I might just continue doing requests for the rest of the time allotted here today. So more chances to get more requests sketchoed up. All right. Circles are hard to draw. But I didn't want to use like a template circle. I didn't want to use like the tool because it would be too perfect. And, you know, it should be a little bit more organic because, again, going back to the whole puppet thing. All right, I got to fill in the yellow there. And then I'll put some white in as well. And then we'll do the hair, and then we can move on to the next request. So, yeah, anybody new, if you didn't know, I do this every Friday, and I take requests from the chat. So feel free to throw one out. There's no guarantee I'm going to pick yours, but I guarantee I will pick somebody's, like I did this time. And there's a few in there already. If you use the exclamation point space, if you use exclamation point request space, and then whatever you want, that helps because when I scroll back through the chat, it pops it up more easily for me to see. So I do recommend, if you have a request, to do it that way. All right, and I'm going to grab the same pink of her tongue to work on the bow for a little bit of consistency in her hair there. I can't tell if there's ribbons coming down or not, but since I can't tell, I'm going to leave it. Oh, you know what? I just realized something I'm kind of missing. Not missing, but that I could add, being that she's a Fraggle, is her tail in the back with her little pom-pom. All right, let's see. Oh, Dolly. Dolly, I'll say it again. Haha, since you were doing puppet style, how about Eureka from Eureka's Castle? Wow, that is That is a deep pull. I guess arguably Fraggle Rock is older, but I hear people talk about Fraggle Rock more than I hear them talk about Eureka. Yeah, we could definitely put that into the pile there, Eureka. And then art anime. I like so much the Rangers. Good job. Oh, thanks. Yeah, I do a lot of Power Ranger art. With the requests, I do whatever people ask for. But like when I do a lot of conventions and things like that in prints. So Power Rangers, Godzilla, those are my two big ones that I work on, and then a little bit of Transformers, a little bit of Ninja Turtles and stuff like that. And of course, I've got my own comic projects and stuff too, but those, like as far as fan art, yeah, Power Rangers are definitely a big one. What's your Oh, whoa, bits. Thank you very much, Bay. Look at that. 5 triangle Triforce bits. I now have the Triforce of Wisdom. Whoa, and some sheepy hype. Hype, 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 hype. Thank you very much. Sheepy hype for the win, brother. Yeah, brother. Sheepy's a pretty cool person for those that don't know. He does a lot of Fortnite streaming. You can check him out. And that's where you get those cool sheepy emotes. See that? Um what was I saying? Oh, so but getting back to Rangers, art anime, do you have a favorite season or a favorite Ranger or a favorite Sentai or whatever? Pipe, 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 pipe. Yeah, not hype. Pipe. Pipe, 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 pipe. I'm kind of winging it on these pom pom hairs. I feel like they had this really crazy sort of gravity defying hair that would puff up and down and stuff that I probably need to study to do correctly. Like I am definitely given like a cartoonified version of it here for time's sake. But if I was like commissioned to do a Fraggle for real, I'd probably spend some time just studying the hair to get the hair right. This is a passable version, but definitely missing something. I'm gonna put a little puff here because I'm gonna put the tail in, and we're getting close to the end of this one. This is started off slow, but once I got going, it picked up speed. Okay, and then so we'll go the more bright orange for the inside of her hair, and we'll go underneath this layer. Let's see, art anime. As a kid, I loved the yellow one, but I'm old to remember the names. What was it the like what season? Was it the original Power Rangers or because I don't know how old you are, so I don't know if it was Mighty Morphin or Zeo or something much later. And if you don't remember, that's fine too. I just always like to ask. I'm too old to be into Power Rangers, but I am anyway. And I've seen almost all the seasons. They put them on Netflix, so I've been going through in order watching all of them. And I started from the early Mighty Morphin from the 90s, and I'm all the way up into like the 2000s now with Ninja Storm is the one I'm currently on. And I've watched some later ones too. And I've watched a little bit of the Japanese Sentai, but not as much as the American stuff, just because it's easier to watch the American stuff, both in terms of availability and in terms of I could watch it while I do other things because I don't have to read the subtitles, whereas the Sentai I have to really be paying attention. I don't get me wrong, I like the Sentai too. It's just again more difficult to catch up on for various reasons. And let me look at chat. Yellow. Okay, cool. I didn't miss anything there. Now I am in a paint bucket. Oops, nope, because I have to click contiguous. Now paint bucket, paint bucket. Yes. And I do need to draw her tail in, so I'll sample the same color to make sure it matches. And I'll put a little tail flobble coming up over here and sample the color of her, for lack of a better term, skin. Fur, I guess. Okay, let me erase that under one. So we're almost done. I think I'm going to do, oop, missing a little color there. I think I'm going to do a quick pass on top to make her hair look a little bit more full. I'm going to make a highlight color. So I'll grab that orange, make it a little bit lighter, and then I have my brush at 30, but I'm going to bring it down to 14, and I'm just going to put some little scraggle fraggles, just little flyaway hairs in here to make it look a little bit more full and bushy and pom-pommy and fraggly. Airzuki Fraggle Red. Yes! Looking good. Thank you very much. I'm glad you enjoy it, especially since you were the one who requested it. I just, sometimes life gets you down and you got to dance your cares away. That's from the Fraggle Rock theme song. Dance your cares away. Worries for another day. And you let the Fraggles play? Where? Well, down in Fraggle Rock, of course. All right, yeah, I think that was a good idea. I think the eyes, I think I might have made a mistake with the heavy blacks on the eyes and in the mouth. Maybe what I could do is just choose a slight, like a more of a gray. Let me see. I'll see if this works. I gotta find the layer that they're on though. Okay, there we go. Let's see what happens if I just change it. Oops. Yeah, no, that's kind of weird. I think I think it's more about making them thinner. I'll try this real quick. I'll put a little bit of extra white in and see if that helps. I might have just made these lines a little too thick for what we're going for here. I think that helps. Yeah. Again, I'm gonna be done soon, so I'm gonna stop messing with it. But if this was a real commission or a real job, I'd have to investigate certain things like this and experiment with different ways of doing the eyes and stuff like that. But I think I'll leave that well enough alone, and then I'll go back in the same layer that I did the little Fraggle hairs, and I will put a little bit of texture lines, just a little bit, to make it look a little Muppety. Just a hint of Muppetiness. Dolly Girl, I was literally just typing that this looks good out. Well, thank you. I'm glad everybody's in agreement. Don't get me wrong, I don't think it's terrible or anything, but I know I could do better if I had more time. Because I've never drawn a Fraggle. I don't even know if I've ever drawn a puppet or a Muppet, so this is new territory to me. And let me throw, I think, a bright blue background. Just boom, like that. Maybe it's too bright. 50. See, now I'm second guessing myself. Maybe it should not be bright. Like that. Maybe not. Maybe she's better on white. Let me try black. Oh, but 100%. That's better. I mean, she does live underground. 75. Actually, you know what? I think maybe make it black. Oops. But then give her like a little bit of white edge around her. Some of this stuff got missed, so there's black coming through it. So I'm just throwing some white underneath it real quick. All right, and so then what I will do is just put a little white edge around her. And I might even reduce the opacity of this white so it's not so stark white. It's more of like what's another family from Game of Thrones? I realized as I said that I should make a Game of Thrones joke. It's more of like a Targaryen white. What's the Lannister? I was trying to think of the one that's like the Kraken family, the the sea people that are like jerks. I can't remember the name of their house. All right, so I'll take this. Let's see if I bring it down to 75. See if it gets a weird. Maybe I need to. I think at 100 is better. I think we're gonna be done. Ooh. Can you still hear me? Yeah. Sorry, I rolled over my own stupid wire. I have a wireless headset that has a wire. And it is now disconnected. But I can see that you can still hear me, so somehow that's fine. So we'll call this done. Done, red, done. Oops. Red 2. And we will go ahead and erase all that, and I'll start looking at requests in the chat in 1 second. Sorry, I gotta erase all these first. One of them was locked. Okay, so let's see. Dolly Girl, great minds think alike to Erzuki. Truth. All right, so let me close this. Let me see if I can pull up the old chat that for some reason is not showing up here. Okay. So we got Eureka from Eureka's Castle. Oh, a new request. Knifehead. And looking at the old ones. Some of the old ones disappeared. I know we had Kamen Rider, Gaim Watermelon Arms, and Hanzo Yomena says Duda Moose Bear. I feel like that's a reference or a meme or something, but I don't know what it is, unless you literally mean just a moose bear. There were some other requests, but because I had to redo the chat thing, they're kind of not coming up properly. Oh, there was Kiryu. I'd like to do Kiryu, but I don't think I could do a good job this quick. I don't know. I'll think about it. I'll think about that one. Maybe I'll go. Maybe I'll do Kamen Rider Watermelon Arms because I feel like that might have been, if not that one. I know Dolly talked about requesting a Gaim before, so I'm gonna go with that for now. Hanzo, you mean it's not. I mean a moose bear. So just like a made up my version of a moose and a bear mixed. All right, that's a good suggestion. I'll keep it in on the back burner there as a possibility. But for now, I'm gonna look up some watermelon arms. Melon arms. Actually, I probably should put Kamen Rider in there too. I just put water. Oh no! Surprisingly, putting in watermelon arms is enough to get it to come up. So let's see. Okay. Oh, and so here, I'll just. This is what we're looking at. This is the character. I'm just looking for a good reference, and I'll probably stick to the head because the helmet I can see being hard enough to get done. So actually, let me. Oh, he's got kind of a samurai thing going on. That's a pretty good reference there. It's actually box art I'm looking at. Let me see. Save image. I need to be able to zoom in, so I'm gonna do that real quick. Okay. Oh, and he actually has like the colors of the watermelon in his visor. That's cool. I've never really looked at this guy very much. Certainly not this close. Okay, so once again, feel free to throw out more requests. You could use the exclamation point, request space, and then what you want to help it stand out in chat. So I recommend that. And if you had a request earlier that I didn't just say that you think maybe I forgot about, feel free to put it back in. I know. Oh yeah, Ox had I think Boo and a few others, but some of them because of the issues. I don't know why I'm having so many issues with technology today. Some of them have moved, scrolled, gone, or I can't see them because I had to refresh. And it's weird too because I have two different. Well, I guess. Oh, if I opened up Twitch on the internet, I guess I could see it. But I have two different windows, and one of them stopped updating, and the other one I had to refresh. So both of them lost it, which is, you figure you have a backup, but somehow both of them got messed up. I think I want to rotate the canvas here. 90. Okay. We'll zoom out a little bit. And we're going to go in with brush at soft pressure opacity. Opacity 75%, and we'll make it like 100-ish, 110, something like that. Oh, and a color other than white. We'll do kind of a reddish. And we'll just kind of try to get the rough shape here. I'm looking at my reference off this way, so that's why I'm looking off camera. So I think the last time I was doing one of these, I'd finally seen Spider-Man and Bumblebee, and since then I've seen Aquaman, and all three of those movies I enjoyed. Spider-Man, obviously the best. I think everybody would agree with that. Bumblebee, my favorite live-action Transformers movie. But full disclosure, I was not a huge fan of the other one, so it wasn't, it wasn't hard to get best. And Aquaman, I'm not going to say it's a great movie, but it was fun. I liked it. It was definitely worth seeing on the big screen with all the special effects. Had a little bit of like the Avatar, not the Last Airbender, but the planet with the Na'vi. Had a little bit of that going for it, where like even if the writing wasn't amazing at times or whatever, it just was so cool to look at all the time. Let's see. Uh, Art anime. Google kills Twitch nowadays. I had issues with my stream too. Oh, well, okay, so maybe it's not just me then. Thanks for letting me know. I'm not alone in my failures with technology. But yeah, it's funny because I was talking about Aquaman, his costume before, and in the movie he has a completely different costume than the one in the comics most of the time. But let's see, that goes like that. And yeah, I liked it. It was solid fun, good popcorn adventure. That and Wonder Woman are my two favorite DC movies, recent DC movies, I should say. Like a lot of people, I feel like Marvel's been doing a much better job overall. But if you have given up on DC, maybe try Aquaman. I mean, I do recommend seeing it in the theater, though. Like I know it's like, oh, I don't want to spend all that money and time, and then I'm not gonna like it. And I can't guarantee that you will like it, like I said. But all the underwater stuff is really cool. And so like if you're gonna see it, seeing it on the big screen, I think it's kind of like seeing a space movie. You know what I mean? Even though it's not in outer space, it's the same exact principle. All right, so we got some rough in here. Let me bring that layer down to 50%. Lock it so I don't mess it up. Make a new layer. Get a darker color. I'm definitely gonna have to do more than 2 passes on this one. Bring this down to 75, let's say. I'm gonna take a sip of water. Has anybody here seen Aquaman that didn't like it? That would be interesting because I mean it's certainly possible. Actually, I'm gonna make that even smaller. It's certainly possible if people were like, oh, I didn't really like it or wasn't great or everything. But I'd be interested if anybody like hated it because I know there's people that like hated Batman and Superman and like Justice League, that kind of stuff. So I'd be interested slash surprised if people actually hated Aquaman beyond just like, oh, I didn't love it. Samurai Ox says, Did you ever go see Teen Titan? Did you ever? Well, I can't read. Did you ever go see Teen Titans movie last year? No, I did not. Because I've never watched Teen Titans Go, or I've never watched more than a few minutes of Teen Titans Go, I should say. I've heard good things about the movie, and I've heard good things about the show. But I liked the original Teen Titans, more action oriented. I mean, and it had comedy too, so it was like, yeah, I don't know. Teen Titans Go. eh, I should probably give it a chance at some point, but I just had like negative vibes for it because I was like, oh, well, you had this good Teen Titans show, and then you made this weird chibi comedy one for like little kids, which I know isn't necessarily true. I'm not, I know a lot of people like it, so I'm not trying to like crap on something people like, but that was kind of just my thought at the time. And I never really got over it, to be honest. And there's a million shows out there, so it wasn't like I was sitting here actively hating on that show. It was just like, well, I'm not interested, and I started watching other stuff and kind of forgot about it. And then when the movie came out, I was kind of interested, but for the reason that I've never seen the show, I never watched it. I don't know. Is it something? Could you watch the movie having never seen the show? Is that, or is you gonna be missing out on a lot of stuff or spoiling the show for yourself? Or excuse me. All right, so there's this crest that sort of comes all the way down through like a faceplate over the eyes. It's like doing math, figuring out these masks sometimes. And then this is sort of like an Optimus Prime mask. It comes up here, like a ninja metal. And then I think there's a part that comes down like this. It's black, whatever it is. Maybe it's metal, maybe it's cloth, but I'm going to pretend it's metal there. And then in the middle of the crest, actually, I should make some space here. Looks like a black gem or eye or something right there. And then there's kind of like a puzzle piece design like that on both sides. And this has a little infinity gem socket. All right, there's that. Is this the other infinity gem? It says Watermelon Arm's going to show up in the new Infinity movie. Did I just figure out a spoiler? Maybe so. Maybe so. Probably not. Almost definitely not. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and say definitely not. 99.9% chance not. All right, let's see what do we got here. Dolly Girl says, watching the American series other than the first Mighty Morphin, what's been your favorite? I'm looking to give the US series another try. I There've been a lot of good ones, a lot of bad ones. And I wouldn't even put Mighty Morphin as the best. I mean, it's the first, and so it's classic and all that, but it's a little rough to watch. I am a huge fan of RPM and Jungle Fury, but I would recommend, like, I'm probably a bigger fan of Jungle Fury, but I recommend RPM as a like more likely to enjoy it. It's very different from the Sentai. From what I understand, the Sentai of Goanger is sort of comedic, and while there are comedy elements to RPM, it's definitely a more serious season overall. Like it's set in like a post-apocalyptic wasteland. Like it's super super different from all the others. But it definitely pays homage to kind of the genre, and it has a lot of cool actor characters and stuff. Let's see. Semriox. Yeah, I never watched the show and I enjoyed it. Oh, okay. Well, maybe I'll check it out then. Dolly Girl. I've seen Mighty Morphin. So yeah, so Mighty Morphin's the only American one you've seen. Is that what you're saying? Or Time? A lot of people like Time Force. I liked Time Force. I didn't like it as much as I think everyone else did. I think the hype, like I'd heard it was going to be great. Also, I haven't seen what is the counterpart? Time Ranger. I haven't seen Time Ranger, but I hear one of the big complaints because people like Time Force, but the people who don't, they say it's exactly Time Ranger. Like there's no interpretation, there's no deviation. It's like if you've seen Time Ranger, you've seen Time Force. I don't know that that's true, but I've heard multiple people say it, so that might be a strike against it if you watch the Sentai. Um, Dolly Girl, thanks. The only one. Okay. Yeah. Well, yeah. My top recommendation would then be RPM, and my second would be Jungle Fury. But that the Jungle Fury again, that's a little more subjective. That's a little bit more like that's one of my favorites. But most people like RPM, I think, and it's a really good example of interpreting the footage and making it America's own thing, instead of just a new version, instead of a version with American actors, it's a new show. And most people, whether they like it or not, would agree with that statement at least. All right. I don't know if there's any other seasons. I know those are the two that always come to mind. Not Operation Overdrive. That's not a good season. Most people don't like that. Same thing with the current season, Ninja Steel. Not a very good season, according to most people. Um, let's see. Hydration Bot. Stay hydrated. All right, Hydration Bot. I did it, Hydration Bot. I think I made his visor a little too narrow. I think on the one side it makes sense because he's turned towards us, but the other one that's turned away, I think I should move this out a little bit. I think that makes a little more sense. Yeah, because it goes out past the little mouth guard thing. All right, sure. Well, why not? And I think I also kind of messed up the perspective point of view on this side of the helmet entirely, so I'm just going to redo that like Sizzo, and then just put a little hint of the kind of block thing sticking out. Okay. It's a little bit better, but still not quite right. He's got kind of a... Oh, I know why, because it's supposed to flare out from here. It's supposed to flare out a little bit, and I'm not really doing it on the other side. I was only doing it on the one side. Now they will match sides. Airzuki, nice hydration. Thank you. Okay. Okay. Using the Gazbot emotes. Thank you very much. Those are the special blend of emotes you get if you decide to be a subscriber. That's your tier 1. I actually don't even have tier 2 or tier 3 yet, so I guess if I get a tier 1, 2 or 3 subscriber, I'll have to quick do some emotes. All right, so I got that, and then yeah, it's still, this is a tough helmet to try to figure out on the fly. All right, so we got a little bit of black in there as well, and then like a silver something coming up. Like a neck guard on the side a little bit. Bring that in here. And then, you know what? This reference is failing me because he's holding a gun like this. So it's helping with the helmet, but I can't see what's his top shoulder is. Oh, you know what? Also, oh, I just realized. Okay, so the back of his helmet is like green, I think, like a watermelon. And it comes down to about here. And then there's a second layer that comes like that. Yeah, there's a lot to this. Kamen Rider helmets, I think in general, are more complicated than Sentai helmets for whatever reason. Maybe because they're usually like less on a team or they're single heroes or whatever. But yeah. Okay, and this should be flared out a bit more like on that side. And I think on this side too. I think I was a little stingy with how big this thing is. It kind of dips down and then goes back up like that. All right, and there's some kind of thing up on the tippy top, but we're not going to see it from this angle, so that's fine. And then he's got seeds like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm not really counting, but I mean I am counting, but I don't know why, is what I should say. I'm not trying to match the numbers. I'm trying to match the shape and size. And this again coming out, flop. All right, I'm gonna bring, this should be a little tighter in here, I think. The bottom of the chin should come up a little bit. Bloop, 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 bloop. And I'm gonna see if I can find another reference real quick to see the kind of top of the chest armor. So bear with me as I stare off into Gogol, which may mess up Twitch. Okay, let's see. What was I saying? Watermelon arms. That's right. Watermelon arms. Watermelon arms. Imagos. Image. Come on. Oh, maybe. Oh, I thought it was his gun, but that might actually be how his chest is. Let me see. I'm looking at a picture of the toy. That helps sometimes more than actual footage of the actor. Okay, so he's got kind of a watermelon chest plate. I don't know how much. I guess I could kind of do a hint of it here, like it's red. Oop, I just lost the button off my thing. Man, everything's going wrong today. I'm sorry. there's a little button. This happened to me once before. I need to get a new stylus is what I need to do because the button keeps falling off. It works, but it just I've had this stylus for like 10 years, just like the monitor, and I guess over time it's taken a beating. Okay, I found the button. This is the button, by the way, which is why I couldn't find it. It's tiny and dark. All right, let me flip it around, get it in here. Can it work? Yes, it works. All right, so he's got common guy. I assume it's a he. I'm not even sure. Yeah, it's a he, I think. I based that on nothing, except that usually most of them are male. I think there's like a Sakura that's the female, or a female in this series. And then there's like a little global up top here. I don't know what that is. A little global. All right. And some kind of attachment that way. All right, good enough for punk rock. And then we'll take this whole thing, bring it down to 50, and then we'll try to tighten it up a little bit as quickly as we can, because again, time is slipping into the future. It is. Oh, it's not as bad as I thought. Oh, I'm thinking we're going to 7:30, but I'm going closer to 7. So it's about quarter to 7. So I definitely need to step it up. Yo. I might go a little bit over. Wait, 5:30, 6:30, 7. Yeah, 7. Forgetting my own hours here. Um, so we'll definitely do one more after this at least. I would like to do more than one more, but I'm getting some stuff today that's taking me longer. I'm trying to have to learn as I go. There's sometimes I'm doing stuff that I'm familiar with and I could blast through it halfway out of my head without even looking at reference sometimes. Sometimes I look at reference, but I'm, kind of familiar with it or I've drawn things like that and those are a little quicker. And then sometimes like with Red Fraggle, it's like I've never drawn a Muppet, I've never drawn a Fraggle, I haven't seen this character in years. So I'm like, and similar with this one, while I have drawn one or two Kamen Riders, I've never even looked at this character beyond a glance at the toy on the shelf or whatever. So I'm like really figuring it out as I go. And my brush is acting weird again. I'm gonna have to do like a complete overhaul on my Photoshop and everything before I do the next stream. I don't know why it's being so weird. But my point is, I don't mind doing that at all. Don't take that as me complaining. The only downside is it makes everything take a little longer. So it's hard for me to do a quick sketch of a character that I'm kind of learning to draw as I'm doing it. I mean, it's still a quick sketch, don't get me wrong, but it limits the amount I could get to. So what I should have done is chosen an easy one. Well, I don't know if there were any easy. I was like, what I normally like to do is choose an easy, like for me, easy one, and then a hard one, and then an easy one, and a hard one. Hey Santa, but while there were good suggestions today, I don't know if any of them I would consider easy. A lot of characters I've never drawn before, or complicated things, which is again is all fine to me. It's the only downside is that less number get done, I guess is what I was trying to say. Because I think this is my third drawing, and usually I like to get like 6 done. And I think when I'm not doing well, I get like 4 or 5 done. And I think today is going to be a 4-day, so might hit a new low of amount getting done, unfortunately. Okay, so this comes in like that. Oh, you know what? I need to switch back to my close-up of the helmet. What does Erzuki say? Dolly Girl, button. Who's got the button? What is that from? I know that, but I can't think of what it's from. Erzuki, you can go to 7:30 if you want. Well, I might not. We'll see how it goes. I'll definitely go past 7, and we'll see how it goes. You might. Yeah, I might. Okay, so this is all black. So I'll fill that in. And then black up here. Yeah, so like I said, I'll definitely do one more after this, and then time permitting, I'll do another, but I don't know. Feel free to throw out requests if you haven't already. Feel free to reiterate requests. If you could think of something that might be easier or quicker, then I might pick that, so I'll have time to do 2. If not, I'll just go with what I got in the queue already. So this goes up and then out. Yeah, okay, up and then out. A little dark color. What I should have done, and this is when I'm doing like prints and like commissioned work for helmets like this, is I'll grab a couple screenshots from the show, look at a couple pictures of toys, or if I have a toy, I'll grab it. And then I like to find cosplay because there'll be people who have bought the helmets from Aniki or somebody else, and they'll have like 360 turnarounds and top views and everything, so I could really see how it's like put together and the layers and stuff. But obviously, I don't want to sit here doing research while everybody's waiting, so I just kind of grab the first two I saw and go from that. Maybe I'll do something, I don't know. Maybe I could do something like some kind of VIP subscription service thing where like you could request ahead of time in addition to like the quick, the ones I just take on the fly. Because if like I got something ahead of time, then I could like get my reference ready and kind of like be all set to go as opposed to trying to figure it out. I don't know. I don't know. But I don't want to penalize people who aren't like that don't come every week or that aren't subscribers or whatever. Like I don't want to penalize anybody, but if there's a way I could do something extra for some people, I don't know. I got to think about it. I'm just trying to think of a way I could do the more complicated characters and have time ahead of time to like work on them, I guess is what I'm trying to think of. All right, put a line there. How are we doing on time? Yeah. Scoop. And then this is all red and a little bit of black there. And let me move this over. What is Arazuki saying? Sounded like may plus might. I might. I might. I might do it. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. I might. Are you alright? Because I might. I'm from Chechnya. I do the yatatata. Do you do the yatatata? Danny F9 just got back. Well, welcome back. I think I missed a lurk, or maybe you didn't tell us, but thanks for checking in once again for TRL with Gazbot. And Dolly Girl says Jareth from Labyrinth said the phrase. Oh, okay, as well as Willy Wonka. Well, I have seen both those movies, but I've definitely seen Labyrinth more, so that's probably where I know it from. Okay. And I feel like there's some business going on up here, but I can't tell what it is from the picture, so we're just going to leave it as is. And then there's the button. Who's got the button? And a line going down the middle. Yeah, I feel like this would benefit from another pass or two just to get like all the details right, but we don't have time for that, so I'll throw a little bit of color to help make it clearer what it is to everybody. But I can't do another pass after this. This is the final countdown pass. Countdown, ladies, sing this song. Watermelon. Countdown, ladies, sing this song. Watermelon arms from Kamen Rider Gaim. We're getting silly here, everybody. All right. Let me see if the chat has everybody quitting yet. Nope. People seem to have stuck around, surprisingly. All right, so we'll go in here, and then that goes up, and I'm kind of faking the funk a little bit on some of this stuff on his neck because I don't have a really good reference, but it looks like it's black with silver. I'm gonna double black on there, and then the helmet coming down that way with the green, and that comes back in, and this is just the back of the helmet, which is all when in doubt, black it out. I've heard, I don't know who originated that saying, but I know for sure Jim Lee said it, so that's good enough for me. Okay, and then we got this thing, another buttony looking thing, which is sort of the top of some part of the armor on the front. And then, oops, got the two-piece sort of red and then a black line, so we'll have another black line there, and then the red, and the little connective tissue that's sort of holding it on the shoulder, and a little piece, and a little piece, and then I'm going to go ahead and make this a 15 brush, turn that off, and then I'll just go in for a couple little detail lines to help it look a little bit more like a sort of magic metal fiberglass, whatever it's supposed to be made of. It's like energy magic in the show, but it always looks like, metal or fiberglass or Kevlar or something. So I like to give it extra zip lines to make it just clear that this is not organic. This is not leather. This is, it's made out of a car and a watermelon. I mean, that's weird. I realize I said it's like a watermelon theme, but so it's organic, but it's not organic. And then like kind of a line. All right, let's sort of maybe kind of do this, which isn't technically there, but I feel like in the color, if I had time to be more subtle, it kind of goes like that. And then just a little. Nope, I don't like that. That little thing I just put in, I don't like it. Put a little bit more on this side to match that up. All right, I'm going to throw some quick color, and then we're going to take another request. Once again, feel free to throw some more out. or reiterate ones you've already had. And if you think you have an idea for a quick, simple one, throw that out. It is more likely to get chosen at this point since we're in a time crunch. But for now, I'm heading over to Colorland. I'm going to grab, it's red, but I feel like it's supposed to be a little bit pinkish. So I'm going to do a little bit of a lighter red. And I'm just going to go right in with pencil at 100% so I could do the paint bucket tool. Bring that back up to like 30 or 40. Yeah, I think that's a good red. It's like a watermelon red. Bring that down the face. Bring it down the face. Do 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 do. The face. Yeah. And then these things are red as well. Whatever they are. I'm going to duplicate this layer because I could see the color bleeding through in a way I don't like. Duplicating layer. Oh, that's too much. But I'll make it 50. There we go. That's fine. Okay. Fine, fine. Just fine. So that's red. What else is red? The tops of these things are red. I like to do all my colors at once so I can save time later. And oh, and his goggle eyes things are red. I feel like I'll have to put more shine in them to differentiate them a little bit, but goggle eyes red are go-go. All right, now we'll fill that in with the paint bucket tool. 1, 2, 3, and donezo. And then we'll go and grab I'll grab white, and I'll turn off the background so that I can see where the white is going. And actually, that's not supposed to be white, but that's fine. It looks like the helmet, everything that isn't black is white, except for, well, on the back it's green, but we're not at that point yet. So I'll worry about the whites here. Okay, got all that. And then this one I'll outline so I could fill it with the paint bucket. But I won't do that yet. I will go down, and it looks like on the neck it's silver and white. I'm gonna make all this white right now, knowing that I'll have to go back in with some silver and some other stuff, but at least it'll be a base color of white as it's supposed to be. Okay, I'll fill that in. All right, now I'll put the background back. And then I'll go in with some silver for the face mask. Well, I say silver, but it's, more of a light gray, at least for now. And let's see. Dolly Girl, I think it looks, well, good. I'm glad, Dolly. Like I said, I wish I had more time, but for the time I had, I guess it's coming out pretty good. And it's also, again, I'm not that familiar with this show, and Gaim, I guess like the orange one is the one I'm most familiar with. Even him, I'm not that familiar with. But Watermelon, I like. Yeah, wow. It's like as I'm looking at it, I'm like, I don't think I've ever really looked at this guy. Danny, I missed Vmon Rip. Well, if you mean you missed it by it didn't get chosen yet, that is correct. If you think you missed it like I drew it and you didn't see me draw it, that is incorrect. I did not draw it. So you missed getting it chosen, at least so far. But there's always the future. All right, so let me grab a green for the back here. And I think I made that too dark. I think that's better for the green stripes, actually. So I think I'll do a lighter green because the watermelon has like light green with like dark green stripes usually. So I'll do that. And then I think I see them on the other parts of the costume, so I'm assuming that there would also be there. And then we'll fill this in. That's black, but I already did the black, so okay, cool. And then there's the green, right? Oop, I shouldn't have colored that part. Just the front, everybody, just the front. And then this area in here, and that. And then we'll go in with the stripes, which are kind of like, almost like tiger stripey. Tiger stripes on a watermelon. What are your thoughts? I like them. Well, of course you would. You're a watermelon arms guy. All right, so I'll grab the silver, and I think there's like silver paneling, or at least the shading makes it look like there's silver paneling. And let me look at my other reference real quick for his chest. That's all silver with a light green thing. Okay, all silver with a light green thing. So we'll make it all silver here, and we'll make this silver, and this silver. Excuse me. And then I think, okay, so we'll do the light green. And actually I'll make the light green the same color as the watermelon, because that makes sense. So right there. And now I'll go ahead and call that done except for some shading on top. And then we'll move on to the next thing. So let me just put, I'll do a cell shade layer. So we're going to do like we've done before, you may have seen. I'm going to do everything black, and then I'll lower the opacity of that whole layer. So cover all this and this and a shadow in here under this horn and around that and up here. Actually, I'll make this whole thing, yeah. And then a little bit on this side and in here. Kind of imagining the shadow coming from the other side, the light coming from the other side. So everything on this side is getting a bit of a shadow. And it will look better once I lower the opacity and maybe erase a little bit just to make it less harsh if I need to. Don't always need to. We'll see. It's like a magic button. Where's the button? The magic button is when I lower the opacity and we see what happens. It's a magical transformation from garbagey black to hopefully dynamic, quick, sloppy shadows. Dynamic, quick, sloppy shadows. They're my favorite band. Okay, so we'll take this all down to 50. I'm going to take it down to 25. That's better. And I'll cut in some lines here to make it look a little more intentional. Choo-doo-choo, choo-doo-choo. That's helping it. That's definitely helping it. All right, but the big thing I need to do is make the visor look cool. So I will work on that real quick. The eyes, the goggles, whatever you want to call them, the visor. So I'll put red, wet the bed in here. And then we'll put some brighter pink as well, like so. All right, and then I'll put some super white highlight on everything. Let me put that up on the top there. Bring that down real low to 15. Excuse me. Airzuki, red, wet the bed. LOL. What? That's I mean that's pretty much it. Self-explanatory. You didn't miss anything. You get it. Got him. All right, some little highlights there. Again, want to give it that sort of artificial car metal plexiglass, fiberglass look to it. Probably put a little bit too much there. So what I'm going to do is bring that down to 50% and do one more just in the eye visor of pure white there. And then I'll throw a color in the background. I'm thinking dark blue, like dark blue. Fjords. Oh boy. I think I did not fill in the back enough because that messed it up. So what I will do is do it by hand, a little dark blue. Dark Blue by Hand, the new album from Bruce Willis. And then I'll do a slightly lighter blue on top of that. Slightly lighter blue on top. The new album by Kenny Rogers. All right, and then I'm going to take that whole thing and bring it down to 50. Nope, 75? Let's see 75. Sure. But then it needs one more layer, of course, because why not? And I'll put that underneath everything, and then it's time to go back and see what our most likely final request will be. Excuse me, I should probably hydration bot again. All right, we're going to call him done. More time could be better, but I think pretty passable for the first time I've ever even really looked at this character in depth. So, save as. Water 1. And we're going to erase all these jib jams. Oops, cancel. Jim jam erasing is what I gotta do. We'll merge them first. Excuse me. Got a little hiccup there. I'm gonna sip. Airzuki says, this looks great. A new headshot maybe. Sale maybe. Maybe. I definitely have to work on it more. Dolly, I'd buy it. Well, thank you both. Who knows? Maybe for the next Morphicon or whatever that, I'll sketch it up. Although I feel like if I did watermelon and not Gaim, it would be odd. Everybody like, why don't you have Gaim? All right, so let's review what we got here. We got doop. Fraggle Rock I did. And we got a request Knifehead from Ox. Moose Bear from Hanzo Yomain. Oh, we had Eureka from Eureka's Castle. And then Kiryu. What was the other one Ox asked for? Oh, Majin Buu. And then let's see how much time I got. 7. Yeah, not a lot of time. Vmon. Let me look up Vmon real quick. See what that looks like. See how difficult that might be. I'm looking up Vmon. Okay, yeah, very Pokemon-ish. I think maybe I'll end with Vmon. I did a lot of like highly detailed Toku kind of stuff, so maybe ending with Samurai Ox. What about some Ubu? I don't know who Ubu is. Ubu. Is that a DBZ character maybe? Ubu. I'm gonna look up Ubu DBZ. Ubu DBZ. When I look up Ubu DBZ, it's coming up with Majin Buu, so maybe that's what you meant to say. And now Danny says VV. Is that a different character, or are you just saying Vmon? Well, you're the one that decided it was DBZ. LOL. What? I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's happening. No, what I was saying before though is all the old requests are not showing up. So I'm trying to remember what people said. Anything that wasn't said recently. He's the Ox says he's the reincarnated power of Boo. Boo. Full disclosure here, I don't know Dragon Ball Z that well. I've watched most of the Dragon Ball Z I've seen in the last couple years because my wife watches it. I never watched it before that. So I know Dragon Ball pretty well and early Dragon Ball Z, and I watched War of the Gods, but a lot like I know who Boo is, Majin Buu, but anything beyond that I don't know of other versions and stuff. Not that I can't look it up again, obviously. VV is Vmon's nickname. It's Boo backwards. That's ridiculous. Mohawk. Okay, you guys are getting crazy. Does somebody give you caffeine? We're not doing. Okay, I'm gonna do Vmon. You guys could figure it out amongst yourselves who is in charge of this motley crew. I gotta find a reference for Vmon though. Like Pokemon, they evolve. I see. I see an evolved version of Vmon, or is that just a fan thing, where he kind of looks more like a dragon with an X on his chest? Hmm. I tried sneaking that one in, Dolly. All right. I guess I'll just do the young Vmon because oh wait, evolution. Images evolution. Yeah, there's a lot of fan art, so I'm not sure because I don't know the character. I'm not sure what is official art and what is fan art, unfortunately. Uh, Ox is a genius. Ox is a genius. I'm not saying he's not. I think the dragon-looking guy with the X on his chest. Well, but that might not be Vmon. Okay, I'm getting sidetracked. I'm just gonna grab the young-looking Vmon and we're going. We're just going. I'm taking too long. Just trying to figure out what I'm doing here. So it's getting crazy. Getting crazy. All right. So, oops, wrong opacity on the brush to start. If it started correctly right away, it wouldn't be today's show, right? That's right. Okay. X Vmon. Vmon is the EV of Digimon. Oh, okay. So they start. So Vmon, the base one, is what I'm working on, but then they could evolve to several different things. That's cool. Well, I didn't see what the other ones are. I saw the X, but again, I think it might have been fan art, so I'm not sure if it was like how accurate it would be to the actual character. Okay, he's got a little kind of pointy lightning bolt things coming out like horns. And he's all like, "Hey, I'm Vmon," and he's got a fist. All right, this is super rough. Actually, I think I made him a little short here, so let me stretch that out a little bit. Bring that down. All right, layer on top. Doing a lot of stuff I've never done before. A Fraggle, a Digimon. Technically, I have done Kamen Rider before, but never anything modern. Only. Well, no, that's not true. I did Ex-Aid once, but otherwise, I've usually only drawn the original Kamen Rider. I'm gonna definitely do another pass on this. I'm gonna intentionally be a little sloppy, knowing that I'm gonna have another pass to try to keep it kind of loose. And he's got kind of a little fun biter, also known as a tooth. Hey, he's got a fun biter, this one. All right, and that goes up, down, out, up, down. That looks about right. And then one on this side, which we can't see all the way, but kind of like that. I hear some typies. Danny says Vmon loves foods and kids love him. Well, that makes sense. I mean, he looks like a friendly, kind of cute feller, and he's got kind of a little soft body, not a gut, but just a friendly tum. Oh, you've been eating a lot of pizza there. You're getting a friendly tum. Ooh, pizza sounds good. Shouldn't have said that. I have a problem. Pizza gets mentioned, I want pizza. And when other people say it, then it's like, oh, why'd you say that? But when I say it to myself, I have no one to blame but myself. But I'm not gonna have pizza. I'm gonna be good. All right, and he's actually got 5 fingers. That surprised me. I thought he'd only have 4. Let me actually move both of these guys over. What is happening? Arizuki's making mistakes. It's Friday. I'm okay with Friday night pizza night. Oh my god. Oh my god. We're probably getting pizza. I can't not get pizza now. Oh my gosh. Arizuki wants pizza. Or I don't know if she wants pizza. For those that don't know, Arizuki lives with me because we're married. Also, I like her. She's my friend. Okay, got some claws on his toes, but again, kind of friendly claws, which makes sense because kids like him. And that goes out. That one should go out more like that. Okay. And then he's got his little leg kind of haunch here behind this hand. Oh, and he does have a tail. Okay, cool. I was thinking he should have a tail. I think I made that haunch too big on this side. Let me tuck that in a little bit. I'm just tucking haunches tonight. And then his tail kind of looks like his horns. So it sort of goes up. And then it's got a little bend to it, like so. And then out like that. And then he's got, this comes down a little bit more. And then he's got a white belly. All right, let me zoom out a little bit. And I'm going to take both of those and shrink them just a little bit. Just a scotch. Bring that up. All right, I'll get rid of that layer, bring this one down to 50, and go for one more pass before we hit some color. So this is going a little quicker, which is good. I wasn't sure how fast it would go. Let's go. Oh boy, another Santa. I thought we were all done. I guess that's the final Santa of this year. All right, let's see what's going on. Arizuki. Oh wait, I missed a few. Danny, Vmon is 5'7". He's big as a man. Oh wow. Well, his proportions are very chibi and cute, but I guess he is larger. And then, although I'm taller than 5'7", so he's not as big as me. XVmon is 6'8". Okay, XVmon is much taller than me. Arizuki says, I'm not going to stream tonight. Arizuki is a streamer for those that don't know. I'm not going to stream tonight because I'm feeling low energy. I'm also feeling too low energy to cook. Arizuki, I like you too, pal. Okay. And then Dolly Girl says, aw. Yeah, well, whatever. We're disgusting and cute. All right, I realize that this head should be much bigger. Oops. Why is that not? Oh. Other than that, it's not too bad, but I think it should be a little bit like that, and then like that. Yeah, maybe even bigger. Yeah, I think that's more accurate. Okay. So now we go with the final countdown. We'll bring this to 20. 100 opacity. Hardware on pressure size. Okay, and I will zoom in a little bit more. Excuse me. So I guess I'm having pizza for dinner. What time is it? 7:16. Yeah. Okay, so give him his little spike nose. And then zoop this around. Arizuki says, it's just a question of which pizza we shall get. I agree, that is the question. I'll let you pick, since I like all pizza. Not equally, but I like all pizza. And then his muzzle kind of comes up with like a white design, and then he's got this eye. And then he's got big kind of red, brownish red eyes, I guess. So give that pupil and then a little bit of white behind it. And then this comes up into a V. Oh, for Vmon, that makes sense. Vmon. And then I think I made the bottom of his mouth a little too big. Or the bottom of his chin, I should say. But, oops, I'll worry about that in a second. Right now, I got to do the mouth. It goes up, down, up again. And then his little toother. Danny says, Venusaur is 6'3". He's big as a frog. Oh, like the Pokemon, okay. Venusaur is 6'3". He's a big frog. Now Mega Venusaur is 6'8". Well, I guess we're learning that a lot of Digimon and Pokemon are larger than me, but many are smaller. I'm actually really looking forward to the Pokemon movie that's coming out, the Detective Pikachu movie. When I first heard about it, I literally thought it was a joke. Like, oh, Ryan Reynolds, Detective Pikachu, and like I was like, what? And then I saw the trailer, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it was like a teaser trailer, and I was like, I wish this was a real movie. This looks so awesome. And then I found out it is a real movie based on a real game that I didn't know about, where Pikachu talked and was a detective, and I was like, oh, I'm totally in. I am so in. And in addition to like the buddy cop comedy, funny good times, there's a couple scenes in the trailer where they have like Charizard, like, "Brawr!" I'm like, that looks pretty awesome. That looks like just some good monster fighting fun. All right, bring this down, and then this goes up and around, down, because it's got like a little white muzzle. Okay, and then the other eyeball, again, bigger than I had it, but with a nice kind of like an eyeliner mascara line, like a cat has, with a little. There we go. You don't see it as much on the one in the back, and then big pupil. I'll have to put some white in there in a minute, and then big iris, like so. Put a little bit of white now. I'll go here and there, and also here and there. Okay. And take a sip of water. The Art of Jim O'Reilly. Hello. Well, hello to you, sir. The Art of Jim O'Reilly, an excellent artist. Thank you for stopping in. This is the tail end of my request channel. I don't normally do a lot of anime, but I was requested to do Vmon, who is a Digimon who I have never seen before, but thankfully through the power of the internet, there's a picture of him over there that I'm referencing heavily. So let's see. Starmie is 3-3. I'm also learning a lot about the size and heights of various Pokemon and Digimon. Starmie is 3-3, which doesn't sound big, but that's basically a starfish half of my height, which is pretty terrifying. I'm not interested in meeting a Starmie in the ocean. It would probably freak me out. I could do a shout out here. Let me see. I've been trying to work on this. Shout out to the Art of Jim O. The hardest part of the shout out is I suck at typing and spelling. Oh, that didn't work because I can't put things in this chat. So, never mind. Let me try the other one. Here we go. Hey, it worked. Look at that. There's a shout out to Jim O'Reilly. Awesome. I missed some stuff here. Charizard is 5'7". Dragonite is bigger. Half. Are you 6'6"? Yeah, I'm 6'6". I'm 6'6" if I put like 17 hats on. I was being hyperbolic. I was estimating for the sake of brevity, because brevity is the soul of wit. Just ask Shakespeare. Jim O'Reilly. No worries. Glad to be able to. Yeah, awesome, man. Thanks. I do this every Friday. My other streams, I'm usually working on my comic or whatever, but this is the old Request Arena, which is why I just recently started doing the old slideshow of client work and commission work, because I realize sometimes people come in here and see me doing like a quick sketch of like, I don't know, Sonic the Hedgehog or something, and are like, oh, I guess this is a guy that does quick sketches of Sonic the Hedgehog, and I might be doing it that moment, but like, no, I would much rather you hire me to do a really detailed drawing of Godzilla. That's more what I normally do. And lately, I've been working on both my comic, The Horror A4, and a 4-page story for an anthology that will be coming out in a few months called Werewolves and Unicorns. I've been doing a lot of werewolf stuff as well. Yeah, I basically alternate when I'm not doing client work or requests between doing independent comics and prints to sell at shows. Those are my two things. I mean, I do client work, actually makes me more money than either of those, but those are the two things that I try to promote. All right, let me get rid of that layer there and put a little bit of line for his white belly. Bloop. Actually, I could arguably not even put lines in for the white because I'll throw a little color in, but I'm not going to worry about it. I'll just do it. Let's see, what do we got here? Airsuki, got him. Art of Jim Riley, great idea. Awesome, keep up great. Thanks, man. I really appreciate it. And yeah, anybody that likes art should definitely check out his channel, as well as Ox's channel, too. Can I do a shout out to Ox? Let me see. The post you put up today was about issue 3. Was that Shatterstar? What? I I'm not sure what you're talking about. Give me a second. I'm giving you a shout out. Oh wait, I'm giving you a shout out, but well, I'm giving Ox a shout out, who is an artist and a comic artist and a great fellow, but doesn't do anything with his channel here. Let me see if it goes. Yeah, he's got a channel. I would say go ahead and follow it, and then if he starts putting up videos, you'll get him. But he's on YouTube and everything else. Uh, Danny says Vmon is voiced Silver the Hedgehog as well. Wait, so the same voice actor that does Vmon is Silver? Then I might know the voice actor of Vmon. Unless there's two different Silver actors. I don't know. Yeah, we do. I was talking about that before. We know Silver. On Instagram, you put up a panel. Oh, Ox, that was yesterday. I mean, I put it up probably late last night or whatever. That was a panel from issue 3 of the Horror A4, and it was the character Shining Star, I think is what you meant to say. When you said Shatterstar, it threw me off because I was thinking like of the X-Force character, which it is not. All right, so let me throw some quick color on here so we could call it a night and go get some pizza because I no longer care about art because pizza has been mentioned, and that's all that matters. And that blue is not blue enough. There we go. That's a better blue. Let me see if I could just do a quick magic wand for this Jamboni. That might do. That might do, pig. All right, select. Inverse. Select. Modify. Contract by 3 pixels. Now let's put a color layer. Make it all blue. Here we go. Boop. I love it. I love when that works. Makes my life so much easier. Yeah. Just cleaning that up. Let's see. Wait, Silver had 2 guys voice him. Danny says. Arizuki says, looks like Silver had 2 guys. Yeah, probably the other guy. Okay. Yes, Shining Star says Ox. Yeah, so we know the voice, one of the voices of Silver, but not the voice of Vmon. We know the other one. All right, so let me select all the blue and switch over to pencil. And then I'm going to switch over to white and bring my pencil size down to like 28-ish. And it looks like he's got a lot of white. He's got white claws. These I'll just go ahead and draw in, but then his belly and stuff I'll outline and use the paint bucket tool. Some people like to use the lasso or the select tool to fill stuff. I don't. To me, it seems very, very similar. I just use the paintbrush because I already have it ready to, the pencil tool because I already have it ready to go. I've heard it said that it's quicker to do with the lasso, and I've tried it, and it's nothing wrong with it, but I don't see how it's quicker. So either I'm doing something wrong or I'm just really good at paintbrush. I don't know. All right, so there's all that, and then let me grab a reddish brown for the eye. That looks right to me. There we go. And because I put the white in on the ink layer, I could just go right under it, and immediately he's got those poppin' chibi eyes. And he's got a little bit of gray, I just realized, let me pick blue and then a blue-gray, for his, like, horn on his nose and his fang. Like so, and like so. And what about on his hand? He has claws on his hand. I think they're also more of a white. But I will hold on to that gray because I might use it for shading. And you can't really see the claws too much anyway, the way I drew it. Let me see. Actually, that might have been a mistake. That was a mistake. I should have given him claws on his other fingers as well. So that's my mistake. I will quickly fix it right now by just going claw, 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 and you guessed it, claw. All right, so back to the colors. They're not hard to find. Colors not just of the brush, but of the mind, as Splinter would say if he was an art teacher instead of a martial arts instructor. Good. Okay. Zooming out. Let's see. Danny, Blue Dragon Boy. Boy! All right. So, oh, I missed something else. I just realized he's got a little design by his eye, like kind of the V on his head. I completely missed that. I'm slipping here. I'm slipping, everybody. All right. So it's sort of a triangle like that. Now we're playing with power. And I'm going to fix that line, which I apparently missed earlier. I got to zoom in to fix it, though. I can't fix it from out here. What am I, crazy? It's like driving from across the street from your car. What? Okay. So back to the color layer and blue to fix what I just don't. Look. Look. All right, and then we're going to get a little bit of a yellow for those designs on his head face. There's a yellow design head face if I ever saw one. And then we grab the blue. Coo. Danny says, Vivi does like the ladies, but he'll do whatever it takes for his tamers. Wow, okay, so he likes food, and the kids like him, and he likes the ladies, but when it comes down to business, he's like, look, I'm interested in this cute dragon girl, but I understand you need my help in this situation, trainer. So I'm going to put my needs aside because that's the kind of blue dragon boy I am. All right. So I think I got all the base colors. I'm going to go ahead and do some shading on top, and then we will be donezo. So I'm going to grab white, all the white, not contiguous. Sorry, I did that wrong. Not contiguous white, grabbing all the white, and then I'm going to use that gray that I had before from his fangs to be the shadow on the white to keep it all consistent. So put a little under his, oops, why is that not going? Hold on, I did something wrong here. There we go. To put shadow under the belly, a little bit on his claws, a little bit on these claws, and then a little bit under his neck, and then maybe a little bit from his nose and there. All right, and then I'll quick do a little erase to make that a little tighter. Flute, 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 the doot, doot. All right, and then so that's done with that. Then we'll grab blue, and we'll grab all the blue and do a nice dark. Maybe move it in to a little bit of the green area to make this shadow a little bit different. Let's see what's happening. Vivi said, Art of Jim O'Reilly, awesome work. Thank you for sharing. Have to run. Well, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. You are a fine fellow, a fine artist, and a transformer for the ages. All right, get some shadow under his little groinal area, his little crotchal. I'm putting these on a little heavier than I should. I'll go back and erase this in a minute. And a little bit underneath his tail bot, and some on his. I don't know if these are horns. I guess they're horns. They're kind of that thing where it's like part of his head, sort of hair slash horns or whatever. And a little bit there. Okay, so let's go clean this up because I definitely. Ooh, I put that on the wrong layer. That's not how you want to do it, kids. But what I'll do is I'll just grab the blue and use that as an eraser. That's the way you fix it when you make that mistake. Hey, I'm a blue on a blotter. Okay, working. A little bit in there. That's not too shabby. And same on here, same on here. Just cleaning it all up with the blue. Maybe a little bit more there. Okay, so that's good. Now we need to do some on the red of the eye. Well, we don't need to, but I want to, I guess I should say. So select that, and now I'm actually going to switch layers. I'm going to remember to switch layers, folks. Okay, there's that and that. And I think that might be it on the eye. All right, and I don't want to put any shadow on the gray. I'll put a little shadow on the gray. Why not? We're burning the midnight oil here. The time has come to say fair is fair, to pay our rent, to pay our share, and the midnight oil says we will do it for you. And there's some darkness. Hello, darkness, my old friend. A lot of songs coming out of my face today. I don't know what's going on. I guess it's. I thought it was Friday, but I guess it's Songer Day. Oh, that. Oof. Ooh. It's better than Fun Day, I guess. Pun Day. Pun Day. What's happening? Somebody make the stream be done. It's almost done. It's almost done. You're almost free. I think that's it. I think that's it. I'll put a little background. I think here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do something a little different. I'm gonna do a shape. I'm gonna do like this, and then I'm gonna go. And then I'm gonna fill all that in with a color, and I'm gonna pick orange because it's the complementary color to blue. There we go. Done. Perfect. Is it perfect? No, but it's not bad. It's not bad. So we're gonna save that as. Oh, they're his ears. Okay, ears, horns, hair. It all works the same. They're all up here, and you know. All right, so let me go. Vmon. Vmon. Okay, so I'm gonna put my toy over here. I'm gonna put my monitor over here, and I'm gonna bring my keyboard in front of me. And then let me see. I have a credit app thing, and I haven't been able to use it. Let me see if I turn it on. Does it go? No, I don't have it configured. So I'll just manually say thank you to everybody for checking us out. I appreciate the lurkers. I appreciate the request makers. I appreciate the conversation. I appreciate everybody. If you follow, you give me some bits, you share, you host, you stop by once and never see me again, it's all gravy, and I thank you for it. And as I'm wrapping up, I'm doing what I normally do is I'm going to open up Twitch and see who is streaming that I could maybe send a nice little raid over to spread the love around. And let me see. We got, well, Jay Hansen Art is playing Overwatch, so I was going to send you to an art channel. Um, you know what? I'm going to send you to Baja Bug. Baja Bug is not an artist, but they do gaming, but they're also doing it talk shows and podcasts. So I'm not even sure what they're doing right now, but it will be something that where people are talking and not gaming. So nothing against gaming, by the way, but I just feel like I usually like to send it to an artist, and if I can't send it to an artist, we'll uh, we'll do this instead. So let me make sure I got this all right here. I often mess it up. Okay, the raid will be ready in a second. We're going to go to Baja Bug. And as usual, I understand if you don't want to stay or whatever, but, you know, throw them some emotes, just say hello. It makes everybody's happy. I know when people do it to my channel, it always brightens my moment of that day. I hope you all have a good weekend and a good Friday. Dolly Girl, thank you. Have a good night as well. Ox, I hope you're feeling better. And feel free to check it out every Friday, or you could, you know, check me out on YouTube or whatever. I put other videos up there that I don't put up here. And, yeah, I hope everybody's doing good and enjoying the new year. And we're going to send the raid now. So this is Gazbot, powering down.
Apparently that was the worst comic line I hear from everyone.
Everyone hates that story arc. Wasn't that someone who got dropped in the ocean too